Hello, my viewers across the globe. I welcome you to another edition of the Political Rumbles here in Corewave TV. The important issue here we must iron out is this. Anytime there is peddling rumor that the terrorists want to bomb the National Assembly, what runs in the mind of millions of Nigerians is how authentic, how verifiable, how valid is such claim? When certain people within the corridor of power, they have vested interest, they want to create rumors or panic as a way of distracting Nigerians to hold them accountable over the gross misconduct, mismanagement of the public funds, and the rate of insecurity and poverty ravaging the entire regions of this country. They resort to peddling rumors. It's not the first time they have told us that the terrorists want to bomb the National Assembly. And that this will not be the last time. So such rumors was intended, by my own opinion, to swear to derail people from focusing on the issues of importance, the nagging issues in Nigeria today. This could be considered as diversionary tactics to control the psyche, the thinking pattern of Nigerians. The legislators raising alarm that the terrorists want to bomb the National Assembly. This is not the first time. If you are conversant with all these rumors, it is not the first time. It even happened during Buhari's time. It has been a recurrent decimal. They are now raising alarm. Possibly they may have some classical informations or intel at their disposal, but how verifiable, how authentic, how valid are such informations? Even when the United States raised alarm, United States raised alarm over a possible attack by the terrorists in Abuja in different government facilities or public infrastructures. The same Nigerian government came to debunk such. So there was no evidence of such. So who do we now believe? The same legislative chambers are now coming to raise alarm. Is that not contradictory from the same government having two double standards about the state of security? Because even when the US government, through the consulates, instructed her citizens to be wary of certain public infrastructures, government offices, and the rest of them, you see how it was debunked, how it was dismissed by the security, by the government. Media handlers. So how do you convince an average Nigerian today that what you're saying is authentic and could be trusted? If truly the terrorists want to bomb the National Assembly or any facility, they wouldn't disclose that. Why were they not able to decode or to get the intel about the attack? And the Jaji in Zaria military cantonment, different military facilities have been attacked by these terrorists. Successfully, they coordinated such attacks very excellently, successfully carted away with the armory stocked in those facilities, cantonments and the rest of them, military base and the rest of them. The evidence abound in the social media. So why wouldn't they have decoded or cracked such intelligence or move in the first instance? So, or they are telling us is when it has to do with the National Assembly complex and the rest of them, then they will have their intel at antenna and signal, we get it. Why have they not been able to arrest the growing state of insecurity? Look at what is happening. Hundreds upon hundreds and thousands of Nigerians are being killed, kidnapped, abducted, mesmerized by these terror cells. What were they doing? The National Intelligence Agency, the Director of the National Intelligence, and the rest of them, when over, excuse me, 22 terror cells, terror groups invaded Nigeria, occupied and established their cells, their territory, their domain, their camps within the defined territory known as Nigeria. Where were they doing? How could they have allowed aliens, foreign terrorists, to gain access into Nigeria, to compromise the territorial sovereignty of the Nigerian state, not just compromising it, invading it, killing her own population, our supposed citizens, reoccupying their own ancestral homes? And what the former chief of defense staff would just tell Nigerians that these are foreigners invading the supposed country known as a sovereign state that has the primary responsibility or statutory responsibility or constitutional responsibility of protecting the life and properties of Nigerians and everyone residents within the country. But sadly, have not lived up to responsibility. These are important questions we must throw back to the legislators. Are they not aware that several Nigerian communities have been overrun by these terrorists? What were their actions and antecedents? Is the National Assembly complex more important than the lives of Nigerians that are being wasted on a daily basis? And is that what they're trying to tell us? That they prefer the National Assembly complex to be secured other than other Nigerian communities that have been sacked, killed, and unfortunately, the perpetrators of this heinous crime have not been brought to justice. And you have a sitting president or government, you have the legislative arm of the government believing they are operational. Well, if they should attack the complex of the National Assembly, for me, it shouldn't be a surprise, because if they could invade the Nigerian territory without being accosted, apprehended, they establish bases, frontliners with high profile coordination and robust security, networking, then what is National Assembly for them not to be overrun? In fact, the National Assembly shouldn't be a distraction to what is going on, the sufferings, the abduction, the killings, the massacring of different communities, even the Christian predominant communities, are target of these assassinations or supposed genocide. What is the legislative chambers doing to address that? Only to suddenly raise an alarm, concern. Well, if the terrorists want, if they're determined to bomb that, nothing can stop them. Not even the legislative arms or the alarm they are raising can stop that. Because if they can invade Jaji, if they can attack military bases and camps, even with unmanned military vehicles, such as high precision drones and rocket launchers. Now, what is National Assembly for them not to attack? Possibly that might be the end, the collapse of the government or the entity known as Nigeria, because they have vowed, these same people has vowed to take over Nigeria. They have declared war against Nigeria, but the likes of the legislative chambers are living in denial, possibly thinking that Abuja is the most secured region. It doesn't matter to them whatever is happening in other regions of the country. As it stands now, the entire representatives, both in the lower chamber and the red chamber, the Senate, the House of Representatives, are they not aware that several of their regions' constituency is no longer safe? I mean, currently, are they not aware that their constituencies are no longer safe? Now, if the constituencies, the different various constituencies are not safe or secured, it means the entire Nigeria is gone. I mean, it means that the entire Nigeria is gone. At the Senate plenary, the senator representing KB South, was lamenting that their life is in danger. That the constituency, the senatorial district where he represents, their lives are in danger. Oshomele also expressed such level of concern, worry. A donut has been rounded up. Ishan is no-go area. People could no longer live in their homes or work in their supposed communities or access their farmlands anymore. They are fleeing. So what are you saying about that? Needless to talk about Kwara West, where the senator representing Kwara West senatorial district was lamenting that over 7 local governments of predominant Yoruba-speaking dialects is under siege, being overrun by the new insurgents or terrorists. So what else are we saying? Is it the Kogi West that is lamenting that eventually there is no hope? They are also admitted that security operatives are being killed on a daily basis in their region. So what else did anyone want to hear from me? Now, the representative, the Senate, the legislators are the one confessing now, giving you details of what is happening. It is no longer a subject of denial. You know, when we are saying it before, they might say this person is just blabbing, is just against the government and the rest of them. But they are the ones confessing now. Confessing. We don't need to speak more. It's just to bring you, just to refer you or make reference to their current positions, which is already in the public domain for those who are following the trend of events. They are telling you that Nigeria is gone, that their safety is no longer guaranteed, even that of Oshomole. He said that the military camp, as Kwara or Kogi senator was canvassing, that the military base should be established in their region. Oshomole told him that it is not a problem, it can't solve any problem. Even in the Donut, where there are not military camps established, yet the communities has been sacked, invaded. So the military camps and hosting the military camps in any community does not guarantee their safety. If you doubt me, of course, you may find out from Benue people that accuse the military of conspiracy. That the host community, that the community that hosts the military are being rounded up and killed in the presence of the military, and what the response they could get from the military, according to the local government chairman of that local government, LGA. He said that the military said they have not received mandates to go after them. Do you get it? You have not received command order to go after those massacring your host community. Now, what is the need of calling for military base to be established? That is what Oshomele was telling him. Forget about that. The Nigeria is caught, security-wise. You also reveal there are people manning and making the resources of Nigeria, exploring the minerals, solid minerals, excavating, mining them, using choppers to move those things while empowering certain vested nefarious elements to constitute nuisance as a way of distraction while they are making Nigeria to stupor. Billions of dollars are being carted out every day, billions of dollars. According to one of the revelations, that there is a precious stone. The 1 kg of that precious stone is sold for $470 something thousand. Just 1 kg. Now imagine the tons of thousands load of these precious stones are being harnessed on daily basis. If just a kg will be close to $500,000. Close to $500,000. $500,000. And yet they are saying that the North is poor. That the North is poor. It's the poorest region in Nigeria. A country, a region that have a precious stone that could be sold 1 kg close to $500,000 is being considered as poor people. While some political gladiators and with their international collaborators are siphoning billions of dollars on daily basis. You have the region stuck in the wheel of motionless and despair, poverty-stricken region. They intentionally impoverish the region so that they will keep them in the dark while continue this endless oppression and subjugation. The same people will come and shout, the North, we are marginalized, we are poor, we are the poorest. You are the poorest, you have plutonium, you have lithium, you have precious stones, you have gold, and yet you are poor. Sadly, majority of them controls the mineral resources, the oil wells in the South, while exclusively mining, harnessing the resources that would have used to transform the entire northern region to an Eldorado, to a region that should be envied by in the entire world. I told you that the North has no business with poverty. Unfortunately, they have very callous and irresponsible political elites. Majority of them do not mean well for their people. You are mining gold, you are mining precious stones that runs into millions and several thousands, billions of dollars on weekly basis, and yet the North has no access to affordable healthcare, no access to basic education or infrastructures, has no access to potable drinking water. In fact, they are left at the mercy of those NGOs in quotes who are part of the conspiracy to subject the northern region and every other part of Nigeria to perpetual servitude, slavery, begging syndrome, while cutting away the entire resources belonging to the people and the region. Do you see what is happening? So I wouldn't be surprised if eventually the National Assembly complex is collapsed, because already what is left, as I've told you, the entire constituency within the Nigerian defined configuration known as Nigeria is under threat. So Abuja should not be a different thing. The National Assembly on the rest of them, but as far as I'm concerned, there are certain vested interests using that for cheap propaganda or to carry out their intentions. They might be nursing certain intentions or embarking on certain move just to justify that particular move or motive. They are nursing. Do they want to raise that scare of an attack, a possible attack? This is not the first time. Even when Americans raise a concern over that, there is a possible or a pending attack on some government facilities or public infrastructures, they deny that. So why this sudden turn? You want Nigerians to believe you? Already Nigerians wouldn't be surprised, because already the entire regions, how many will you hear? The forest beds are no longer secured. And the security operatives are busy intimidating people on the streets of Abuja for engaging in peaceful protests and the rest of them, while leaving crucial issues on the state of the nation unaddressed. This is quite a very disturbing development and a very horrifying one, that people will continue to live in denial in the current realities and threats staring at all at Sunday. It's an indication that no one is safe